Today's update episode is knitting, it's crochet, it's really pretty yarns, and it's a sneak peek at what I plan on being for Halloween. So if that sounds like just your cup of tea, get cozy and let's dive in. Hello, 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 and welcome to the Wool Needles Hands podcast. My name is Taylor, and I will be your host. Today is pretty much just a project update day. I have tea in hand, a really delicious tea, by the way. This tea, before we get into it really quick, if you don't mind, was sent to me by a viewer, I want to say 2 years ago, and I have been keeping it in the freezer, which is where they said to keep it, and it is by Market Spice, well, hold on, who is it by? Market Spice Tea? Yeah, Market Spice tea, and it's cinnamon orange tea, and it's delicious. It's decaffeinated, but it has the most intense cinnamon flavor, and it almost has like a sweetness to it, but it's not sweetened. It's just really good. So that's what I have in my mug right now. It's giving me all kinds of cozy vibes. And today it's Sunday. I film these and I upload them on the same day. And it's just kind of a cozy day. It's quite sunny, but it seems like a cozy day. You can kind of tell fall is coming, meaning like noticeable fall, that it's coming and things are starting to wind down and feel really cozy. And I have a lot to share with you guys today, so I want to get into it. Like I mentioned at the top of the episode, I do want to share with you at the end of the episode what I plan on being for Halloween, which I'm really excited about. I didn't really dress up last year, but I definitely want to dress up this year, and I saw something on Pinterest that I just love, and I'll share that at the end of the episode. Okay, where do we want to start? Oh my goodness. All right, since the last time we spoke, I'm gonna get one out of the way quickly because I haven't made a lot of progress on it. Oh yes, I forgot. I have a book here I want to share too. It's not a reading like a novel. It's just trust me. Just trust me. Okay. The first little thing I want to share, let me make sure I grab it out of here so I'm not leaving everything in just a complete wake of disaster. All right, this is my second Sabai top by Suzanne Mueller. And I'm just going to show this to you now. Almost like to say, yeah, here it is. The second Sabai top is in the makes. Well, I pumped the brakes on this because I wanted to get some really good progress on my other project that I'm working on. But before I completely switch gears to that, I'm working out of my market basket right now, which is where I keep the ones that I'm working on because I can keep them all in one place. Okay, so like my previous Sabai top, I am knitting this one with Knitting for Olive Merino, 2 strands held double in the Robin colorway, and that is what this beautiful rusty orange is. I'm knitting this one pretty much the same as I knit the last one, except I went up a needle size. And another thing I'm not doing here is I'm not trying to do anything to I'm not trying to prevent rowing out. I'm just kind of going with it. And at this point, I don't care. I really don't. Somebody actually made a really good point in the comments of my previous update video saying that rowing out is just kind of like the texture of knitting for some people. It's just how you know that it was made by hand. And those little handmade reminders, they're not faults. It's not like there's anything wrong. I'm trying to figure out what the heck is going on here. Yeah, they're not problems. It's not saying that something was done incorrectly. It's just saying that this is the proof that this was made by a person's hands, and these are the tracks and the marks that are left by handwork. And I think that that's a really great way to put it. We strive sometimes, I'm trying to have a really poignant moment here while I get my life together. We strive sometimes for this like machine-made perfection. I mean, I don't know if we strive for that, but I mean, like, we get in our heads that our knits are correct if they look like they were produced by some kind of a factory machine or something like that. And I just think that that's not the way to look at it. I mean, we should appreciate them for the fact that they are made by hand. Now, that doesn't mean they need to look like they were slapped together, in an art class, I guess. But at the same time, it's okay if it looks like it was made by hand. I was just doing that to fill time as I was pulling this together because it was just a nightmare. All these yarns everywhere. Okay. Anyway, here is what I have of my Sabai top. I'm not exactly sure how much I had last time we spoke, but this is how much I have now. And the reason why I haven't put a lot of work into this is because I have been spending my time working on my Terrazzo sweater, which is what is on Gladys right now. This is the next project I'll be sharing with you today. We're going to be getting into this just a little bit more. But this is the Terrazzo sweater by Petite Knit. I love the way this looks. I think it's a fantastic design with a really nice bulky folded over collar. I just love the look of this. And I really love this yarn. I am using the same yarn that she used in her sample, which, sorry, I apologize for this, but this is Noro Silk Garden Sock Solo in the Omitama colorway. Let me actually get a full ball of this so you can see. Okay, so thank goodness for swivel chairs. This is it. This is, oh, you know what? I actually don't know if this is called Omitama. It's called S1, color S1, but there is a color called Omitama that's almost identical to this. I mean, it's very similar for all intents and purposes. So this is the whole ball here, and I'm pairing it with Fiber for the People Kid Mohair Silk in a eucalyptus colorway. And so these go together to create the lovely fabric that you see back here on Gladys. So let's pull her forward. I'm going to put these back in my basket. Come on down, Gladys. Here she is. This is where we are. Now, I was talking about getting really excited for this collar because I just love the way that it looks. It's not, I mean, it's a turtleneck in the sense that it sits up high on the neck, but it has an openness to it that almost gives it a little bit of a stovepipe look. But this is what I have of it so far, and it's not finished. Oh, Gladys, where are you going? Okay. It's not finished because it's been taking me so long. And the reason why it's been taking me so long, I mean, look at how lovely that's going to be. I could stop here, but no, I'm not going to. I want to knit this the way that it's supposed to be knit. This thing is supposed to be 8 inches tall and then folded down. Now, that wouldn't seem like such a task, except that this is twisted rib on both the right side and the wrong side of the fabric. So you're knitting into the front and back loop and purling, excuse me, scratch that. You're knitting to the back loop and purling to the back loop of all of the knits and all of the purls all of the time on both the right and the wrong side. And that is so fiddly and time consuming for me. It might not be for you, and that's great. I love that for you, but for me, it's time consuming. And I don't know what that, I don't know what that was. There was some foreign matter floating in my tea. So anyway, it's taken me a really long time. I have about 5 inches here. I have 3 more inches to go. And it's just time consuming. But I really wanted to get the neck on here. I wanted to get the collar because I think it just gives, there's something about having an unfinished neckline as you're working through the body that just makes it really hard to visualize the whole overall look of the sweater. But even having just this up here, I look at this and I just absolutely love it. Let me get a little closer so you can see the fabric. Isn't that just so pretty? It's colorful, it's fun and happy, but it also kind of serves as a neutral, in my opinion. You could really wear this with anything, and I just love it. I've loved working with the yarn. The pattern is super easy to follow. I feel like petite knit patterns are always, for me at least, relatively easy to follow. They're no nonsense, I was about to say no frills. Haha. Not a lot of extra stuff on the page. It's not flooded with photos. It's just the pattern. And I love that. It makes it really easy to work. So Terrazzo sweater by Petite Knit. Loving it so far. I would recommend it if you are into trying a sweater like this. All right. Okay. I'm going to move you over here, Gladys. Pardon me. Over on the Patreon, we have chat threads. It's a great place to be. Lots and lots of additional content, including a very recent upload of a feature-length vlog that I filmed over the course of the last week and a half. It's live on Patreon now. There's just lots of fun stuff over there. Definitely check it out if you would like to be a patron. It's a great way to support the work that I'm doing here on the channel, and it means a lot to me. So you can click the link down below in the description box, or you can scan the QR code on the screen. It'll take you over there. Check it out if it's right for you. Thank you for hanging out and checking it out and supporting over there. But over there in the chat threads, there is a "What are you working on?" chat thread, and Sheila, one of our patrons, posted the most adorable picture of what she was working on. And I'm going to share it here. I'm going to share it here and shine some light on this adorable creation of Sheila's because you guys, it's fantastic. These are little crochet chickens. They're little granny square chickens, and I do not have the pattern with me. Oh, no, yes, I do. I brought it. This pattern that you see that Sheila is doing and that I am going to show you here is called Granny Square Chicken by Sweet Softies. These are the Granny Square chickens and they are absolutely adorable. This pattern I purchased. So I want to confirm this because the pattern that I purchased for my Granny Square chicken, which I know we want to see it and I want to show you, I think you can find the entire tutorial for this pattern on YouTube. And so I'm kind of wondering if it's free somewhere. Okay, so on Ravelry right now, it is a $3.99 pattern. Okay, however, if you go to YouTube, this tutorial gives you a complete step-by-step. So if you go to the tutorial on YouTube and you watch the YouTube video to create the crochet spring court granny squares, you can do everything here by following her YouTube videos, which is another way to support her as a creator because you're supporting her YouTube channel. So you can purchase the pattern so you always have it, everything in one place. Or if you're more visual, if you follow along with her YouTube videos, you can do the whole thing visually using what is provided on YouTube. And not only that, and this is coming from a complete noob's perspective when it comes to crochet, I had to use the video tutorials because I felt like there was some information in the pattern that wasn't clear or it wasn't included, which kind of threw me off. And I think that that's me more than it's this person because I'm not as familiar with reading crochet patterns. So the tutorials were immensely helpful. But I do really like having the paper, well, like the printout as well that I can keep in my basket and reference back so I'm not always having to open up the video. Okay, all of this is to tell you that I made a crochet granny square chicken because I was inspired by Sheila over on Patreon, who made her crochet granny square chicken. How stinking cute is this chicken? Oh my gosh. This is Willie, by the way. Willie. Isn't he adorable? Okay, I just want to give you a minute. And don't look too closely. I mean, there's probably things that are wrong. And it's really bright. I feel like the camera is kind of bright. So what I want to do is drop this down so you can really appreciate the colors. That's probably where I should have had it to begin with. It's like a light blue, a gray, this lovely pumpkin orange, black, white, and then a yellow beak. And then a little safety eye. And I think what I'm going to do with this, I mean, I'm not 100% sure, but I was thinking I would turn it into a keychain. Like a little dangling keychain. Or I would just set it up for fall. But isn't it cute? I didn't stuff mine as much as I think I should have. I probably could have overstuffed it. And I was just using wool fiber fill. So what's inside there is actually wool, which I kind of like. You don't have to do that. You can use any kind of fiber fill you want. But I had it on hand, so I used it. But yeah, I think I would probably just fill mine a little bit more full. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. No, this way. I don't know what this is. Okay, this has started, and I blame Sheila completely. So Sheila, if you're watching this one, I blame you for everything else I'm about to share with us today. So thank you for that because I'm truly excited. So we have this crochet chicken, love it. Love the granny square chicken pattern, love the tutorials. Okay, all right, enough with that. Granny square chicken. This chicken and the process of creating a little color palette for this chicken landed me here on this really awesome color palette. Like I'm really obsessed with the white and the black and the orange and the gray and the blue in these proportions. I think it is so rock solid. I absolutely love it. Excuse me. And as I was working this, I was thinking like this would make a gorgeous granny square blanket on the back of a couch or something like that. But there is no way. Well, not no way, but I right now do not have any interest in knitting enough of these granny squares to make a blanket on top of the granny squares I'm already kind of gradually working through for my dockside throw, which is a whole nother thing. I don't want to do another one. So something more instant gratification would be preferable. So I was thinking, what could I do that would really make for a really cool blanket for our living room that my boys would appreciate in terms of the texture of it, that wouldn't take forever to do. And hello, whenever I think like that, I think, well, super bulky yarn exists for a reason. And what better reason than something like this? So let me show you. So what did I do? Well, I got up and I went to Michael's and I tried to see what they had at Michael's in the way of super bulky yarn. And I found blanket yarn, which wasn't hard to find. It's just there, right? And I created a giant granny square inspired by my chicken granny square, which was inspired by Sheila's chickens. And so Sheila's to blame for this granny square blanket that I'm probably going to be making with these gorgeous granny squares. And not probably, definitely, because look, guys, I've already got like 2 feet of blanket here. I don't know if that's actually a foot. It actually kind of, I really should measure this to see, because I need to know how many of these I'm going to make. I kind of am going for 4. Like I'll put 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and have it be like maybe a 4x6. Because if this is a foot, roughly 4 feet by 6 feet, 24 feet squared blanket. I mean, what is the size of like a generous throw blanket? That's something to see. What is the size of a generous throw blanket? 60 by 70 inches. Okay. I mean, that's bigger than 72. 48 by 72 is what I would have been going. 60 by 70. I mean, that's almost a square. 70. I mean, I could do one. I could just do 5 by 6. So I could do 5 across and 6 down. It doesn't take very long to make one of these. I think to make one of these, it took me 30 minutes. And here we go, we got 2. And I'm realizing that when I do this kind of thing, my granny squares don't tend to be exactly the same size every time, but they're close enough. And I'm hoping that that's okay. I don't know if I were to make this, I don't know if I would block each granny square separately. I feel like that would be way too much work. I probably would just end up sewing it all together and then blocking the whole thing. Experienced crocheters, please chime in and let me know what I should do. Should I block each granny square separately? Which part of me thinks like, if that's the case, I don't even know if I would do an actual granny square blanket if I had to block them all separately. I don't know. Let me know. Let me know. Which leads me to my next thing. But here we are. So giant granny squares. That I am going to be making to put these together to make a gorgeous throw that is soft and cozy that my kids will enjoy. I mean, isn't that adorable? The yarn I'm using for this, I can't remember what it's called, but I think it's Bernat blanket yarn. Oh, you know what? I have my receipt. Bernat blanket yarn. It's Bernat blanket yarn. And this is what it looks like. It just looks like this. It looks like this when you buy it, but I actually had to cake mine up because I need to be able to pull it from the center and not have to keep yanking the yarn from around the ball. So I caked mine up. So I have all of the colors. I had to cake the white one into 2 cakes because I had some issues. So yeah, I have all of the colors here. There we go, to make my blanket. This is all the yarn I have. In fact, I'm obviously going to need more because it's not going to take this little bit of yarn that I have here. I need to go back to Michael's today to get what I think I'm going to need to create my blanket. And in order to figure that out, I'm going to need to figure out how many of these I'm going to need. There's some math. I'm going to have to do some mathing. But anyway, isn't that adorable? That's going to make a fantastic granny square blanket. Well, oh, and then also before I move on to something else, I may as well show you that I am in the process of making my next chicken. Where did my little other chicken granny square go? Here it is. So I'm making my next chicken, and this is my next chicken. The pink and the orange kind of seem to be blending in, but there's like a pink around the orange. Yeah, so that's going to be chicken number 2 to go with Willie. Okay. All right. Okay. Now that I have completely gotten myself into crochet, I was at Michael's getting that yarn and I picked this up. Crochet Secrets. I don't have a really great book for like a real good grab and go to kind of help with little issues I might have with crochet. And I absolutely love using books for that, for referencing. I don't like having to constantly open my phone and Google something. I just like being able to go to a book, see if I can find the, issue I'm having or the how-to I need, and to go from there. So I got this. It's Crochet Secrets from the Naughty Boss by Anna Lezina. Yeah, she's at the Naughty Boss, sharing her tips and tricks for me, which is great because I'm going to need those tips and tricks. Okay. Well, we've done the chicken. We've done this. We've talked about the blanket. All right. The last thing I wanted to share with you guys today is what I plan on being for Halloween. Now, I am a big fan of Edgar Allan Poe. And you may now know that because I just recently bought this little pot here. This is Edgar Allan Pot. Yeah, oh my gosh, who suggested I name him that? It's one of my regular viewers, and I can't remember who it was. But yeah, this is, I planted a little succulent in Edgar Allan Poe's head. I bought that at a thrift store for $4.99. Yeah, anyway, okay. I want to be Edgar Allan Poe for Halloween, and I want to show you the costume that inspired that. Here it is. Isn't that adorable? I want to be that for Halloween. Now, she has a raven on her shoulder, and I think that that's fantastic. Brandon isn't quite sure what he's going to be, but I thought it would be kind of cool if he were like a giant bird, like a giant raven. But I can't do that because I know he's going to want to do something else. He doesn't want to be a raven just for the sake of my costume. That's so dumb and selfish, and I'd rather him be something really cool. But that, Edgar Allan Poe, is what I want to be. Isn't that the coolest? There's lots of other versions of Edgar Allan Poe costumes similar to that, but I just love the way that looks. I think it's got such a classic, almost like Charlie Chaplin, Edgar Allan Poe vibes, and then the fact that it's a woman. I love that. I love that so much. So that is going to be my Halloween costume. I cannot wait. I have no idea what we're doing for Halloween that would warrant me dressing up, but Halloween's on Friday, folks. That means we don't have school the next day. That means we don't have to get everybody packed in and in bed early. We can kind of have fun, and we have friends on our street, and it's fun to do that kind of thing. So that's what I'm going to be for Halloween. All right, guys, that is all I have to share with you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you enjoyed yourself or took any value from today's video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Definitely subscribe below. And if you would like to see more content from me, head over to Patreon. There's a lot over there, and your support means so much. Thank you so much, you guys. Until Wednesday's Midweek Ramble, happy knitting, happy making, happy whatever it is that you're doing. Take care, be well, and I will see you soon. Bye.